Howdy, 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 race fans. Welcome to. I'm going to turn my face cam off because you don't want to see my ugly mug while we're streaming for the time being. Welcome to round 8, the finale of the SimRacingMania GT3 Championship, where Colin, Andrew, and Jack are taking on some of the top drivers in R Factor 2. We are doing very good in the standings, but we'll go over that after we go over the formalities, such as our sponsor for this series, which is F&40's podcast. Howard, give us a little bit about them.
F&40's podcast, the best F&, podcast out there. It's about older people in their 40s, outside of their 40s, who are cool, thinking about being in their 40s, and relevant local musicians, some not so local, entrepreneurs, interesting business people, politicians, all kinds of cool stuff coming to you courtesy of F&40's podcast. Broadcast live every Wednesday. Yeah, I think 7 or 8 p.m. Anyways, Mountain Standard Time here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Earth. Thank you so much to them and to the Blind Beggar as far as supporting us, sponsoring us. Also, special mention to the Ring King Custom Chainmail Products. We love you down at the Ring King. Make us some chainmail. If you have any interesting ideas that you think would look cool, we just unveiled, you saw last week, our new TracksVR wall art done in rings. Looks really, really cool. We've now put it up at the front. So if you are here where we are on Earth, please pay us a visit. Come down and check it out. Yeah, we certainly love those products and thank you for being a sponsor. Special mention to Red Bull for giving us some Red Bull, man. Feeling the fire. It gives you wings, yeah, all the athletes and some of the commentators are using Red Bull to help them with their racing and streaming. So there we go. And then lastly, a special mention to me for having TracksVR and allowing our team to race. I don't like to toot my own horn, but all this exists because of me. So thank you so much to me. Is that, I don't know, like, how do you do that, right? Anyways, no, thanks to TracksVR and for existing and helping small esport athletes, get out there in the world and compete internationally. And then last thank you to all the competitors in the SimRacingMania League. You guys are awesome. Thanks for some of your comments and watching and subscribing. We really appreciate it. We hope you guys enjoy what we do. We are getting better at talking about all the different drivers and about their different strategies. And we look forward to doing some more of that for you in the future. But this is the last race of this season. And far be it for me to not say I'm not cheering on Team TracksVR in our quest for team championship. We're pretty close. Let's find out how we are at the end of the race here today. Good luck to all the racers and best wishes to Team TracksVR. I will turn this over to you, Rick.
Very well said. As you guys can see, the drivers are not loaded into the track at the moment. They are waiting for qualifying to start. Couple last special mentions. Dario at, what is his V Design? V Design has kindly been making our TracksVR liveries for the last 3 series that we've been racing in. So the last 3 leagues, I guess, that we've been doing. So thank you to Dario. They always look awesome. We're very, very happy and very proud to drive them around the track. So thank you so much to him. Thank you to, I'm going to get his name wrong, Ethan Burt Productions for our commercial video that we will be playing shortly here after qualifying. So those are the last 2 little announcements that I want to get out of the way. We're going to go over some, what do I want to call it? We're going to go over some point standings here. So they finally updated the standings from round 7. They just did it last night, which is great. We know they've been busy. Currently, we have Jack Evans in first with 307 points. Andrew Parkinson following closely behind, TracksVR driver, at 264 points. So he's 43 points behind. So he's going to be pushing to try to get that first place. I think he's got third or second place locked up. He has about a 45-point gap to second place. So unless he really makes a mistake today, which I highly doubt, he will. I'm pretty sure he has second place locked up. Then we have Matteo Dantella in third place with 219 points, and Colin Sanders, the other TracksVR driver, with 212. So he's 7 points away from third. So he's going to be pushing hard. I know he is doing pretty good at this track with his setup work and everything. So he'll be pushing super hard. Let me just kind of go with somebody that's driving around the track here. Where am I? And then Tomas Golab and Ante Ras, the two Team Future drivers, are right behind Colin in the standings. So it's going to be, this whole race is going to be back and forth with points, I'm sure. And then Jackaboy, they finally took his DQ off from the one race. So he actually got his points for that, and it actually bumped him up to 19th. So he has a 10-point gap to 20th to Zakirov behind him, who I'm not sure is racing today. He's got a 12-point gap to Philippe Gustafsson in front of him. So he has the potential of moving up another spot, possibly two, depending on where Dastan finishes ahead of him. So that's where our drivers finished. It's very, very tight in the driver standings. Now we get to the team standings. Team TracksVR is in first place after last round. They have 480 points, and Team Future is right behind them with 453. So there's only a 27-point gap, which means Colin and Andrew and Jack have to do their darndest to finish ahead of Rassi, Brooks, and Golab. And I think Golab and Rassi kind of have this track down. Brooks in the Bentley, I think he's struggling a little bit with that car, but it's going to be very interesting because there's drivers that are doing very good at this track that haven't performed at other tracks, so they're going to mix things up a lot for both those teams, which will be nice. Also, we got incident reports from the last two rounds, finally. Round 7, last round, nothing for our drivers to worry about. Andre Rosu, who actually in practice had the third fastest lap time, he is got a 10-place grid penalty. So he could, let's see if we can find one of our drivers. They should be out there by now. No, oh, there's Jack. So if he qualifies third again, he'll actually go to 13th, which will help Andrew and Colin out quite a bit. Go back to round 6 at Zandvoort. Colin was the only one in incidents as we caught on stream. We caught all of them on stream. The one incident going into turn 1, they've deemed it Colin's fault. I can't remember 100% what happened. I kind of would have said racing incident or the BMW's fault, but they gave Colin a 10-second time penalty. I don't think it affected him at all in that race because he was so far ahead of the next guy behind him. So no feathers off our back. That's the term, I think. And then the incident we all saw where Vlad, Tokarev, and Colin kind of came together in turn 3. Vlad got a warning for it. Now, from our camera angle that we saw on the stream, we couldn't tell exactly what was going on. So obviously the stewards were more able to go in and look at. They have put in that it was a very tough incident to judge, and I did see them on the Discord channel a couple days ago. There was like 5 or 6 guys in there, and they were looking at everything. So I can just say, between 6 people, they still found it a tough incident to judge. I think an official warning is fair. So good on them for that. They got that out. I know they've been busy the last couple of weeks. It's Christmas season. I'm sure everybody's trying to get Christmas gifts and stuff, worrying about all the Black Friday sales and everything, all the busy malls. So
Remember, Black Friday doesn't exist outside of the United States and perhaps Canada, sort of. International retailers do try and get in on it, but it's mostly to American buyers, as it's based around American Thanksgiving, because it was traditionally a day when retailers would go into the black. That's where the term Black Friday came from. So see, here at TracksVR Racing, we're always trying to inform.
yes, and that's a good point. I totally forgot about that. So good point on that. As we do some qualifying here, where did all of our guys... So right now, actually, Jean-Michel Laurie, who is actually provisionally pole at the moment with a faster lap time than Jack Evans, who has won the last 3 races. So it's going to be interesting
Nice work,
to
John
see
Michael.
what goes on. Matteo Dentella's up there too. Samuel Mold is up there. So these are 3 new drivers that haven't been in the top 5 for a while. But I think the Corvette and the Porsche and the McLaren are probably going to have a really strong race here, as this track is all mid-speed corners. There's only one low-speed corner, I believe. So let's go over Automotodrome. I think it's Brno. Brno. Yeah, it's from They're in Czechia, so I don't know how they would pronounce it over there, but that's what it is.
Hey, any of you Czech speakers out there who might be listening, please let us know how we're supposed to pronounce this, so we aren't hatcheting it all day. Yeah, let us know on the stream or get a hold of us otherwise. But let us know how to pronounce this place. We're gonna use Brno, I think, for now. And please let us know if that's wrong and how we might better pronounce it.
10-4. Okay, so we have 14 corners, and it is a 5.4 kilometer track or 3.4 mile track, depending on what you use. It is, I do believe this is the longest track that we've done that was not Nordschleife, because every other track is around the minute and a half, minute 40-second mark. This is a 2-minute lap time track. Like, this is a very long track.
Yeah, besides the Green Hell, this is probably our longest track in use this season.
And it looks like they have like 4 different layouts. Oh no, they have 1 layout now, but they've had 5 different layouts over the course of from the 1930s to now. They have 5 different layouts that they've used. That's a lot of layouts.
Let's not forget that this was behind the Iron Curtain for a lot of years as well.
Yes, that's very true. Very, very true. Alrighty, Jack put his lap time in. He's sitting provisionally 15th at the moment with a 1:58.4, so he's actually on par with his practice lap times. So
nicely done,
Jack.
Nicely
he's doing
done.
good. We actually have Pedro Gomez, who actually has taken provisional pole with a 57 flat. I know the fastest lap time in practice was a 56.8. Yeah, 56.8, I think, was the fastest lap in practice. So 57 flat, I think, is going to be the time they shoot for. But remember, they do have to, whatever
use your words, Rick.
Whatever fuel they have left at the end of qualifying is what they go into the race with. That's what I was trying to say. So Andrew and Jack and Colin have already been discussing how much fuel they want to take into the race and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're good. I've been paying attention to it this time, so I'm like, yeah, you're good. So yeah, they will have to watch how much fuel, as Jack is on a cool down lap at the moment. As you can see, he's driving very slowly around the track. Colin is out on his he's on his first flying lap, so we'll get on board with him for a bit and see what happens. I don't think Andrew's not out on track yet, as far as I know. Oh no, he is out on track. He's just doing his out lap, so his warm-up lap, as you want to call it.
Yeah, when we use a term like out lap, what does that mean, Rick?
Basic term, it's their first lap out of the pit lane. So it's their out lap coming out of the pit lane. Their in lap is when they go into the pit lane that lap. That's what that means.
When they're planning to go into the pits, yes. You mean? So they know they're doing another lap. They have to go all the way around to get into the pit entrance. So they're not. You don't always race to that pit entrance. They'll be planning that.
So with that lap, that puts Colin provisionally 5th. So that's actually a good lap. What? Let's see what the lap time was. A 57.6. I think he did a 57.4 in practice. So he's consistent with his practice times as well. The only one I'm kind of concerned about is Andrew. He didn't seem to be gelling with the track overly well from his own personal standards, but he just felt like he wasn't gelling with it enough. Wasn't gelling with the setup and wasn't gelling with the track. So we'll see how he does in qualifying. I'm sure he'll do fine. Where's Jackaboy? Jackaboy's provisionally 17th, as we still have four guys to put in a lap time. So 3 guys to put in a lap time now. So our top 3 right now looking to be Pedro Gomez, second place, Jean Lorieux, and Matteo Gentella in third. So far provisionally. It depends on where everybody else comes out. Hey, and Valentin Iliev, hopefully he doesn't DC this race, or hopefully the game doesn't kick him out. He's in 4th place provisionally. So that's great. Colin provisionally in fifth. Samuel Mold provisionally 6th. Jack Evans with 63 kilograms of ballast is provisionally 7th. So that is going to be good.
That is quite the drive. He comes through every week. They keep giving him weight, and he keeps finding out how to drive fast.
So let's go over that for a second. The ballasts. We have Jack Evans with 63 kilograms, Andrew Parkinson with 42 kilograms. That could be why he's not gelling with the setup and stuff, and I think that's why certain parts of the setup were the way they were to account for the extra weight of the car, as the weight's supposed to help the car be planted. Matteo Dentella actually only has 7 kilograms of ballast. My Discord says 21, but that was a mistake, and it has been changed to 7 kilograms. Jesper Burns has 14 kilograms, and Colin, our boy, has 7 kilograms of ballast. So a little bit of extra weight. I mean, 73 kilograms is a lot of weight in these cars. So for Jack Evans to be provisionally in 6th place or 7th place at the moment, that's great. Where's Andrew? He's got a green. It's his first flying lap. We'll see how he does. He's in sector 3 right now, so he's just coming around the last corner. See where this is going to put him. He bounced all the way up. Where did he go? Andrew is provisionally 13th at the moment. Now we have one person, Max Bunovic, who has actually not raced in this series, so we'll see how he does. New racer, don't know how they drive. Get to find out.
I don't recognize the name.
Vlad Tokarev, back to our provisionals here. Vlad Tokarev is in 8th. He actually set a purple 2nd sector, so he's having a flying lap. Good. Andre Rosu has a, as I said that, where did he go? Vlad actually takes pole provisionally with a 56.8. Like I said, fastest lap in practice was a 56.8. So that's going to bump Colin back down to 6th. And it's going to, Andrew actually stay in 13th. It didn't change him at all. Andre Rosu is provisionally 9th. Jesper Burns.
I think Andrew's trying to get one more lap here.
Oh yeah, he's going to have lots of laps.
Well, they only have a minute left.
He might, depending on how fast he gets through sector 2 and sector 3, he might get one more after this.
Okay.
Vlad Tokarev. I don't know. Actually, Vlad Tokarev, he's in the pits now. Okay. Okay, so Colin provisionally. Colin's in the garage. Colin's not. Colin is done for qualifying, so he is provisionally 6th. We'll see where the last couple guys that are on track go. Zach Zakirov is P25 provisionally. Thomas Hotzel, which is a driver we haven't seen before, he's provisionally 24th. Johan Carlson, 23rd. Jonas Lagesson, 22nd. Lorenzo Finetto, 21st. Jordan Schwartz, 20th. Jackaboy in 19th. Michael Brooks, 18th. Nikolay Bezrukov, who we've never seen before. A couple new drivers today. That's great.
Andrew wasn't able to move up.
Wasn't able to move up.
Yeah. That's okay. You know what? He started that far back before and had very decent results. Just where you start isn't necessarily where you're going to end up. So
that's a fair point. So we're just waiting on. There's one driver out on track at the moment. Couple drivers out on track at the moment. So we're just waiting for them to finish their laps that they're on. We'll go on board with this Max Bunovic, who we haven't seen before, and see how he does. Really using all the track, use all those curbs. Stay nice and tight to get a good exit. Coming up the hill. Making sure his stream is still good. Yeah,
I'm doing my co-host thing.
your co-host thing. All right.
You do your host thing. I'll do my co-host thing.
So it looks like Max didn't actually finish his flying lap. He came into the pit, so he didn't actually. He's not going to set a lap time. I don't know why he did that. He should have just did his flying lap, and then
Yeah.
that was weird. Oh well, whatever. So he'll be starting at the back of the grid. Okay, so qualifying is over. Looks like we have a couple guys still out on track. Jack Evans is out. Valentin Iliev actually set a purple first sector. Where is he here? Where is Valentin? There he is. In the BMW, he set a purple first sector. He's got his personal best second sector. Let's see if this can move him up a couple spots. And that Simatech BMW, I think that's a stock livery actually. Nope, it's not a stock livery.
No, that's I don't think it is.
Coming across the finish line here. Let's see where it puts him. Oh, that he improved lots that lap. He is sitting second place now. He took a whole 6/10 off his lap time on just that one lap. So,
Oh, well done, Valentine.
now hopefully, like I said, hopefully the game doesn't kick him out. That would suck really bad.
Yeah, he's crashed out of the last 2 races or
No, he's
3
been
races.
DC'd the last 2 races.
Yeah.
The game just kicked him out last race and he disconnected the race before that. So, Jack Evans on a cool down lap. We have Tomas and Anti-Rassi out on track at the moment. Tomas, I do believe, is on a flying lap here. All these guys finishing up. Actually, he should be on an in lap. He should not be on a flying lap. Yes, he is on an in lap. Yep, he is on an in lap. So that is going to be our starting grid. We have Vlad Tokarev in first, Valentin Iliev second, Pedro Gomez third, Matteo Dentella fourth, Jean Lorieux in fifth, Colin Sanders sixth, Samuel Mold seventh, Jack Evans eighth, Andre Rosu ninth, Jesper Burns 10th, Tomas Skolab in 11th, Antti Rassi in 12th, Mirko Losito in 13th, Dastan, I say his name wrong every time, Farokzad in 14th, Andrew Parkinson 15th, Bertil Wallen 16th, Nikolai Bezrukov in 17th, Michael Brooks in 18th, Jacoboy Treywick in 19th, Jordan Schwartz in 20th, Lorenzo Finetto in 21st, Jonas Lagesson in 22nd, Johan Carlson 23rd, Thomas Holtzel 24th, Alexander Zakharov in 25th, Antonella Mastro 26th, and Max Bunovich in 27th. All right, guys. So as you can see, we're just in warm up here. So I'm going to play the commercial here, and then we'll just put some music on. Let you guys listen to music, and I'll be right back.
Have you been locked up all year? Tired of the same old routine? We've got you covered at TracksVR. We have 12 full-motion simulators incorporating VR technology to put you in the driver's seat of a race car. With our team of sim experts, we can help guide you whether you're a beginner or a seasoned veteran. From Ferrari to AlphaTauri and all the teams in between, we've got the largest selection of F1 racing merchandise in Western Canada. We clean all the equipment before and after each use and disinfect all high touch points. Forget about the Zoom presentation on Monday. Forget about the holes in the wall for your kids' virtual soccer practice. Bring your future champions down here. We're open for retail viewing and product testing. We want to bring our passion for racing to you here at TracksVR.
hope you enjoyed that music. I actually just found it today, and I find it very, very good. So we figured we'd play it for you guys today.
Rick was.
I was just giving her.
I had to calm him down. Like, hey, we got a race to commentate. Oh, that's an interesting graphic.
PG-13, please, boys.
It's the stand. Leave our car alone.
That was great. That was absolutely fantastic. That I was not expecting. Holy crap. That was funny.
I know our car is sexy to stand.
Oh, too funny. Everybody watching, I hope you enjoyed that little bit of rated R content that was right there. Or as Steve Alvarez Brown says, Peggy 13 or Peggy 18, sorry.
Peggy 18.
I still don't know where that meme came from. I have to figure it out. But all the racing YouTubers are constantly using Peggy 18 when a driver or something gets taken out, so it's funny. All right, all of our boys are in the left-hand lane. Remember, we do have a formation lap. So you got Colin there in the white car, and then 4 cars back from him, you have Andrew, and then 2 cars back from him. Hey, there's a Mercedes. We haven't had a Mercedes in this league all season. That is awesome.
I think we did the first race, and then
everybody's like, "The car sucks." Yeah.
Yeah, and this is one of the new guys. Okay, here we go. Formation lap.
So remember, formation lap. They are single file all the way around the track. Obviously, you can weave within your own little lane to warm up your tires, as all drivers do. Then coming around the last couple corners, they have to put their pit limiter on, which I think the pit speed is only 680 on this track. I think is the pit limiter speed. I think. So last 2 corners will be doing 80 kilometers an hour. And then when their car crosses the start-finish line is when they're allowed to hit that button, take that speed limiter off, and take off and start racing. So it's very important coming around the last couple corners that you get as close as you can to the car in front of you to not lose them. And this track doesn't have too many long straights anyway. I think the longest one is actually going up a hill before you come into a braking zone. So
is it that one they were just on?
It might be that one. It might be the one shortly after it.
This one?
I don't know. I can't remember. I don't know.
We don't know the track very well is what we're saying, folks.
Basically. Like, I mean, I've never driven it. Colin, Andrew, and Jack haven't driven it until the last, 3 days, so...
I think I saw it come up in the workshop a while back, but yeah.
It's a very...
Here we go. Here we go. We're waiting. We're waiting. We're all coming in slow,
starting to bunch up now, yeah.
Slow.
Yeah, the drivers were complaining. I don't know if they were complaining, but they're just expressing that the track doesn't look like it rubbers in. Somebody's off track already. It's just a formation lap. I don't know why you're off track. But normally when a track rubbers in, like you've seen on the other tracks, you get the dark patch of pavement where all the drivers drive on, where the rubber is getting laid, right? On this track, they don't have that. So they constantly think the track is rubbered in and all that stuff. But obviously it seems like it's rubbered in. It just doesn't look like it. It just feels that way. Here we go, last couple corners before we get going. Green. Yeah, everybody bunching up. So it looks like we have an Aston Martin, a BMW, and a Bentley in the top 3. That's a change.
Green flag, green flag.
Wait till they cross that finish line, start line, I guess it would be here. Right there. Here we go. All right. We're off to the races. Colin doing good. I'm just gonna pop up over the Andrew here for a second. Andrew's hanging out with the Audi and the Aston Martin. Looks like Jack lost. Oh no, Jack gained a spot. So Jack actually gained a spot on Andre Rosu, so that's good. I think Andrew gained a spot. I think he qualified 15th, right?
There's Michael Brooks right in front from Team Future.
Yep. And it's only the top 2 drivers from each team. And so far, Tomas and Anti-Rassi are the top 2 drivers from Team Future, and Colin and Andrew are the top, like, in the pack right now for Team TracksVR. So I will be doing my best to keep my eyes on the points. I probably won't be doing a good job because my brain doesn't do math that quickly while I'm watching a race.
Not what you told me.
I said I would try, okay?
Let me get you to do this.
I said I would try, okay?
Nah, you do a great job, buddy. You do a great job.
All
Let us know
right.
if we entertain you, race fans. Reach out, comment. We're getting moldy in the booth.
Did you just say we're getting moldy in the booth?
Yeah, moldy. That would be the adjective I'd
That's
use.
totally what I heard. I totally heard moldy. Andre, lonely. Okay. Andre Rosu in that McLaren gets past Jack. I mean, it's super early in the race, so nothing to freak out about. Plus, he has the draft on the straights now, and no draft behind him, so he doesn't have to worry about that. Andrew here keeping up with that Audi and Aston Martin in front of him of Dastan and Mirko. This pack is kind of losing a little bit of pace to Anti-Rassi at the back of the next pack ahead of them. Colin is keeping nice and tight to the BMW of Jean Lorieux, who they came into a little bit of entanglement in Zandvoort. So second race after that, I'm pretty sure there won't be any more bad blood. But he's got 2 BMWs in front of him, Matteo Dentella in the dark colored one and Jean Lorieux in the blue, black, and red. And then Vlad Tokarev is kind of just driving away in that Aston Martin. He's got that car dialed in. Valentin Iliev is got a Bentley very close behind him. So it looks like
Pedro Gomez.
Pedro. Vote for Pedro. Colin's still doing good. Colin has Samuel Mold and Jack Evans behind him. That McLaren is Samuel Mold, and then the white Corvette that we know too well is right behind him. So,
well, that's an interesting idea for next time we next season, next race, one-off race that we do. Rick is injecting a driver of the day button on our YouTube. We're gonna look into that.
I actually think I can figure that out because I've been playing around with stuff for my own stream at home. I also found out that my keyboard at home acts as a stream deck as well. I didn't know that. I have 6 buttons I can program as a stream deck, so I got to play with those yesterday. But I found some really cool, interesting little things that I can do for streams that I will be looking into for the next season or series that we race in. So
your eyes glued to
yes.
TracksVR, channel TracksVR on YouTube.
Gonna pop on back with Andrew here just for a second. Looks like he's keeping that gap at about half a second to 7/10 to the guys in front. Let's also go talk about tires here. Who's on what tires? Looks like Jackaboy has opted for, if they stop bounce around, has opted for the hards. Andrew has opted for the mediums, and Colin has opted for the mediums. Judging by the entire grid, it looks like the mediums were the preferred choice. This is obviously a longer track, 2-minute lap times. They were saying that the soft tires only last about 5 laps, 5-6 laps before they gotta get changed. Mediums are gonna last quite a bit longer than that, and then the hards will obviously last most of the race. So
most of the race, but Jack has done fairly well in some past races going deep, just like Dastan. I think he and Dastan pitted within a lap of each other last time.
I think so, yeah. That Audi going off track has actually given Andrew a free spot without having to do much work. It looks like the top 3... Oh no, wait, never mind. My live timing is flipping out. Oh, we got a good battle. Valentin Iliev and Pedro Gomez side by side. Going to the switchbacks.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Pedro.
that was...
Oh.
I think I would call that a racing incident. It looked like It looked like, I think that was Mateo got a little bit loose. Oh, another good battle side by side. That, I don't know what happened there. All the BMWs and Bentleys are not happy with each other. They don't want to be the fattest car on the track.
Well, that gave Colin a place.
That gave Colin 2, I think.
Nicely done. Yeah. Yeah.
Up from 6th to 4th, so that's good for him. Andrew also got an extra spot from that. Andrew's up into 12th place now. Lots of entanglements coming up. So it looks like Vlad Tokarev is just having a nice Tuesday drive, just trying to get away from people. He has a 4-second gap unless he spun out. Did he just spin out? He must have had a little bit of an incident. That gap went down about a second, so. And then Colin is right on the tail of Samuel Mold now. He's kind of in a non-Corvette sandwich. The only Corvette anywhere near him is Jack Evans. It's all BMWs and Aston Martin and the McLaren. Let's go back and check on Jacoboy. He's in a nice little 3-way battle. He's got Michael Brooks in front of him. That Audi really struggling. Of Mirko Lozito in that Audi. He's having a really hard time. Very well done by Jack to avoid that incident. Very well done.
Because look, he's gonna. He could have almost got the inside there. Yeah, he pulled out, and probably good on Jack.
That was
just didn't want to damage his car, right? Because he's gonna get this guy again. Like he's the guy. We don't know that driver too well.
He's only done the last 2 races, so that I remember.
Seems a little squirrely, and yeah, Jack's taking a peek, but wisely decides to back off because this guy could very well
go off track
go
again.
Wide. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, obviously he's done that like 3 times now, so he's started way at the front of the pack in like the top 6, and he's all the way back down in 18th. So I mean, hey, Andrew's got a nice little pack that he's in. He's got Dastan in front of him, and then he has Bertil Wall and Andre Rosu and Nikolai Bezrukov right behind him. Nice little 4-way battle, 5-way battle for 11th place. So good to see a Mercedes out there now too. Not a fan of the.
Good to know that. Good to know. Whoa, that was quite the swoop. Good to know.
Oh, there goes there goes Bertil Wallen way off track. Forgot his braking point, or decided to turn and brake at the same time. Jack gets a free spot because of that. Colin actually lost a spot to Samuel Mold, or no, Colin moved down a spot. Who passed him? Must have been Samuel Mold that passed him. He's down to 5th place now. And he has Jack Evans. He's got about a 1.5 to 2-second gap, depending on where they are in corner and straights. So he's actually pulling away from Jack Evans, which is kind of nice. Jack Evans is also on the same tire as Colin, so.
It's all that extra weight.
And has all the extra weight. He's got
63 kilograms.
Compared to 7.
Yeah, and 63 kilograms, for those of you who don't know, is about 140 pounds.
Looks like Tokarev is having some issues. That gap has gone down from 4 seconds to under 3 seconds now to Gomez behind him. Unless Gomez is really putting on the afterburners. He also has Loriu right behind him.
Already tangled. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Valentin Iliev is putting on the pressure on Jack Evans. All that extra weight for Jack Evans is finally starting to pay off. This track, all the high speed, the little bit higher speed corners compared to low speed corners, is really hurting his chances. Andre Rosu, Andrew's got a nice little battle with Andre Rosu here in that McLaren behind him. And that Mercedes of Nikolai Bezrukov is keeping up pretty well. Oh, yellow in sector 1. Lots of people spinning out. Been lots of yellow flags. Oh, there is. I don't know who that was. That looks like Valentin Iliev actually having a little bit of an issue or an entanglement with somebody again, dropping way back. He's now in 14th. So that gives Andrew a free spot. Moves up into 11th place there.
He's got Andre Rosu.
Andre Rosu's
right on his tail.
Oh, Andrew making a big mistake.
No. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
Get a good recovery.
Yeah, there we go. Nicely done.
All right, he has Michael Brooks in front of him. That is for team championship. That dark green Bentley that just passed Andrew. That is going to hurt the championship standings for us, or TracksVR, I should say. Be less biased. We still have Colin, who is ahead of all three of Team Future's drivers. We just have to get Andrew up ahead of Michael Brooks to get us some extra points here. It's going to be very close to team championship. It's 27 points, but this race's positioning for everybody is going to be very important. Colin's kind of in no man's land at the moment. He has a 1.5 second gap to 4th place in front of him, and he's actually got a 3-second gap to Jack Evans now, who is really struggling with all that extra weight. And Jackaboy is actually up into 17th. He made his way past that Audi as we predicted. The Audi being a little bit squirrely on this track, kind of all over the place. Doesn't seem to have a dedicated line. Oh, Bunovic has DNF'd. Max Bunovic in the McLaren has DNF'd.
It's too bad. He was a new driver,
It was his first race, right?
Yeah.
Bertil Wallen having lots of issues. He must have had damage because he was in the pits when we took a look at Max's car for a second. So Bertil Wallen now a lap down after having a very good start, being in the top 15 or top 12. Mirko Lazito in that Audi doing a good job of trying to hang with Jack, but he is still getting squirrely. Every once in a while you can see him slide that back end out of that Audi. It almost looks like Jack has a little more pace than Andrew on this track. I think it's also the ballast. Andrew having
Ballast
42
weight,
kilograms,
like
right?
42 kilograms, which is close to 100 pounds.
Yeah. Jack is also on the hard tires, so Jack is going to go the long stint first and then the short stint second, whereas Colin and Andrew are doing the opposite. So the battle for second is really heating up here. Three-way battle for three-way battle for second place.
4-way battle, it says, for second. Colin's within a second and a half.
Colin's second and a half, yeah.
And these guys, who knows? Stranger things have happened. We've seen 3 cars tangle with each other, and then suddenly, you gain 3 spots.
Yep. There's no other battles going on. Let's hop aboard with Colin for a second here. Yeah, he's coming, pulling up a little bit. That battling from that group in front of him is actually allowing him to catch up. But Tokarev only 3 seconds ahead of this group, so if the 3 of them or 4 of them, when Colin catches up, can work together, they should be able to catch Tokarev and really make this an interesting battle for first place. Jack Evans now 4 seconds behind Colin. That weight really hurting him this race.
On a good note, Antti Rassi and Thomas Skolab from Team Future are keeping with each other, but are about 6 and a bit seconds behind Jack Evans.
So Colin does have a 10-second gap to 7th place at the moment. Andrew, with that issue, dropped down to 15th. And Jackaboy, actually they moved up a spot. Looks like somebody has come into the pits. Nope, somebody just had an incident, so it moved Jack and Andrew up a couple spots now. A couple other people have some incidents, so
we're butting right back up into Michael Brooks. We're only about 1.5 seconds out from Michael Brooks, which is the 3rd driver on Team Future.
That dark green Bentley that just went past your screen, and Jesper Burns,
Russian Air Force.
The Russian Air Force, yes.
That's how you referred to
The
it.
first race.
The Russian airport.
Uh,
I won't let you live it down.
oh, I know. We have actually, let's go back to this little battle here. We have a Ferrari, a McLaren, a BMW, and a Corvette all battling for 17th. Thomas Hotzel in the Ferrari. This is the only Ferrari that's actually out here right now, so
Yeah.
good to see the other manufacturer. Actually, no, there's another Ferrari right there going by the 200 board. That would be Lorenzo or Johan, I think. No, it's Lorenzo, so he's actually been here for a while. Oh, what the heck is going on with the leaderboard? Okay, go back on board with Andrew here. Colin actually looks like people have started to do their pits.
Yeah.
I want to say people have started to pit, or people have come into a. Who was up there? Who was ahead of them?
Well, there's that third car in that three-car battle. So
because there's the Bentley. Who was with the Bentley? It was Iliev, right? Iliev must have had an incident then with Pedro, who I'm gonna start to say has not had the greatest track records with certain penalties. So hopefully Colin can get past him without issue, because it seems like everybody that's tried to pass Pedro has had an issue. I'm not saying it's on purpose. I'm just saying it's coincidental. But
there's been some questionable Pedro Gomez. Does Gomez rhyme with Mazaspin?
Not quite, but a good try. I know what you're getting at. Good try.
Sorry, Pedro. Like Rick said, you've had some incidents, but nonetheless, we're excited for some good racing here. It looks like Colin's right on his tail and is just doing the typical Colin thing, waiting for this guy to perhaps feel the heat and make a mistake.
Yep, exactly. Looks like we have nobody pitting as of yet. Vlad is on the soft tires, and he has a 5-second gap to Pedro, and he's still in the soft tires. 10 laps in, 11 laps in now. So another yellow in sector 1. It seems to be sector 1 where all the yellow flags are. We are 20 minutes into this race. There's another yellow in sector 1. The middle of the pack is kind of spreading out a little bit now. They're all about 1.5 seconds apart from each other, so everybody's kind of finding their rhythms.
It's like we've moved up Andrew and Jack.
I was just going back to check on them, yeah. Andrew up into 13th. Still chasing down Michael Brooks and Jackaboy in 14th, so all drivers doing a very, very good job. Not many battles going on now. Now let's look at Thomas Hotzel in that Ferrari with. Oh, he's got 2 black Corvettes bearing down on him. Italian versus American. Let's see who can come out on top in this battle. And then it looks like actually that Audi of Mirko Lozito is really struggling. He's losing spots left, right, and center from, I'm assuming, just driver error, going off track, sliding the car like that. This is not Formula Drift, dude. I know that Audi is fun to drift around the corners, but I don't think it's the fastest line around the track.
And you burn your tires off, yes. And everything gets like way hotter than it should be. And yeah, it looks like he may have. Ooh, I thought he was going to slide outside of that corner, but
no, he's doing a good job. Where was I? This is Alexander Zakharov, who we haven't seen for a few races after his DQ. Guess he had to take some time to calm down. I understand that. But he's got the BMW of Matteo Dentella bearing down on him. That massive BMW would look even bigger in those mirrors, man.
Yeah, if you guys have driven or seen the M8 on track, there's lots of memes out there about it being the widest car in existence.
Oh, there's always memes about how big that car is on track. It's so funny. Good little gaggle of cars. They're all about 1 second apart, so nothing major. Andrew and Jack still... Andrew's actually starting to pull away from Jack a little bit. And Andrew's actually catching up to Michael Brooks. That gap is still about a second and a half, but he's actually catching up a little bit every lap. Oh, Laurie, you DNF'd. Oh no.
John Michael, what happened, dude?
It
Oh,
could have
that's
been
too
that
bad.
incident that we didn't catch. Could have caused some
Yeah.
damage. We don't know.
Yeah, that's too bad. Sorry to hear that, John Michael.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we'll mention you later just to make sure if you are watching that we say that's too bad. We were rooting for you from objective sidelines.
Nikolai in the Mercedes has got Valentin Iliev bearing down on him now. It's about a 7/10 gap, but I mean that's not much of a gap at all. And it looks like the draft did help a little bit. Oh, with Valentin Iliev outbraking himself just a little bit going into that corner. Going aboard with Colin, he has a 7/10 gap to Pedro in front of him, who has a 5-second gap to Tokarev. So nobody's been pitting yet. The only people that have pitted are at the very, very back of the pack. Actually, Samuel Mold, who was battling with Colin a little bit earlier on, has come into the pits. So he was on soft tires, I do believe. He's now on the mediums. So definitely choosing that over the soft tires, having to pit super early, because these soft tires, like you said, don't last very long if you're not nice to them. So, which is surprising because Vlad's been on them for 13 laps and hasn't really seemed to have an issue. Gap's come down a little bit. Colin's doing a good job of keeping up with Pedro's, not letting him out of his sights. Good look at Dastan. Dastan is racing with Tomas here, so we have to hope Dastan can get in front of Tomas to take away points from Team Future, so Team TracksVR can hopefully keep the lead. They got Andre Rosu in that McLaren's actually starting to catch up too. This is a three-way battle for 6th place at the moment.
This is a good little battle. And at Team Future, you know what? We love you. Thanks so much for hosting this league.
Yeah, they are hosting,
awesome.
so.
Yeah, this has been an awesome experience. So if you guys are watching and listening later, please know that we love you. But we do want to see our team do well as well. So
we're a little bit biased, but we're trying not to be like 100% biased. We still want to see the championship be close. We don't want it to be like a Hamilton from 2020 blow out the entire competition in 6 races. We don't want that. We want it to be close throughout the whole season, which it has been. So yeah, Jack is starting to drop back from Andrew a little bit. Those hard tires starting to show their lack of pace compared to the medium tires. It's also going to help if Jack is going a little bit slower. It's actually going to help Andrew get away and not have to battle with his own teammate. Also going to help keep Jesper Burns behind Jack, so that it's going to be a bigger gap for him to try to catch Andrew. So. Let's actually do this. Go on board with Colin. The 01 car.
just got Pedro sitting there in his view.
Yep.
And he's just kind of out of reach around the next. Just going around the next corner as he comes along, he can see first place there, Vlad Tarkov.
Exactly, and remember, Pedro. Pedro has no ballast, no extra weight, so. Oh no. Javier Conti apparently was not able to do the race today because of his wheel failing continuously, so that's unfortunate. I know he was doing good in the championship, so he would have loved to be here and race, but that's very unfortunate. Obviously, tech issues are a very real thing when it comes to esports and sim racing. So
Yet another reason that sponsorship is important.
Yes.
It's not just getting money, and it's not just paying for people to stream and commentate, purchase liveries if you have to design them, get them designed, but also the equipment. The equipment usage is big, and if you are an amateur sim racer with your at-home rig, then yeah, that it's just like having a car. You can have car failure, and you have teams who are more able to support mechanical failures and teams who aren't. So,
yep, exactly. Sponsors are a very, very real thing. Yep, Eric, they sure the heck do, my man. Tech issues absolutely suck. As we are on board right now with Zakharov. I don't know if it's Zakharov or Zakharov. I've been saying it both ways all day. He's got a nice little battle with Matteo Gentella and Johan Carlson. This is the battle for 15th, so now McLaren holding up that BMW as the BMW is going to...
BMW's got the inside line. Let's see. Oh,
not quite close enough, I don't think. And then we have Jack actually with Jesper Burns kind of gaining on him a little bit. That gap has come down from about a second and a bit to just under a second now, so... Jack's hard tires are starting to show the lack of pace compared to the mediums that that these guys are on. So actually, Jesper Burns is on the softs still. I'm surprised he's been out there for so long. So that's going to be why Jesper's catching up, because that gap is very small now. Let's see how Jack does with holding him up.
Sitting right on the racing line. That was nice. And don't forget that Jesper will have to go into the pits here a lot sooner than Jack.
Yes, very much sooner. Very, very much sooner. Andrew is actually dropping back from Michael Brooks. That gap has come from a 1.5 second to 2.5 second gap now, so.
Might be in fuel saving mode too.
Colin doing the same thing, falling back from Pedro a little bit, so he's at a 2-second gap now. And it looks like Vlad, I don't know if he's in fuel saving mode or if those soft tires are really starting to show their wear, but oh no, it just looks like we've been coming up to some lap traffic. That's what caused the gap issue. That gap dropped from 5 seconds to 2.5 seconds, and now Pedro's got to get past the blue flag. A lot easier from the looks of it. He's only 3 seconds behind, so that really helped Pedro out for sure. Then poor Jack Evans with his 63 kilograms of weight is 11 seconds behind Colin. It's really hurting him hard.
Said that none of the rest guys behind him are catching him, so
I know, it's kind of like he's fast enough. He's fast enough to be away from the slower guys, but not fast enough to keep up with the fast guys. I feel you, man. I've been there. It sucks. Kind of race by yourself for the full hour, and it's just like, all right, just go for best placement. That's all you can do. But yes, fuel saving on this track was a big concern of Colin and Andrews and Jax, so it's good to see that they are able to manage that.
Well, it's also because it's a longer track, as we talked about in the beginning, and so what happens is they would probably have to pit for fuel anyways. Yeah.
Looks like Jesper Burns has come into the pits to change those soft tires. I'm going to assume Tokarev is going to be coming in some point soon as well. Track, Eric, is, I think I said it was 5.4 kilometers. Let me just double check here for you. Give me a second. Track is 5.4 kilometers, 3.4 miles. So 2-minute lap times compared to what we're used to. Yeah, no worry, dude. Track is in Czechia. So.
The Czech Republic.
Czech Republic. Czechia, Czech Republic. Says Czechia. And Czech Republic, depending on where I look. Oh, Jack Evans has come into the pits. Andre Rosu's come into the pits, and Matteo Dentella have all come into the pits now. So
We're all on mediums, I believe. So,
Matteo was on softs, so he's come in for mediums. And it looks like Jack Evans is going on to the hards. He was on the mediums. And Andre Rosu,
get Dastan. He's just
he's all over the back of Tomas.
Yeah.
Andre Rosu, I believe, was on the softs, is on the mediums now. So Jack Evans actually not losing too much time in the pit lane. Must not have had to take very much fuel. And I think that's the strategy, going to be the strategy for a lot of these guys, is go out in the qualifying with full fuel, do qualifying, and then just do like a quick splash and dash when they change their tires, just to kind of alleviate.
They were all amazed at Colin in the last race, because that's basically what he did. Although he had to end up going in and getting more fuel because it ended up being a bit of
minor
a glitch
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's actually go. Let's do this. Let's go on board and watch this battle. This is the front row seat that Nikolai has to Dastan and Tomas here, battling it out in front of him, just kind of biding his time, hanging out, waiting for one of these guys to make a mistake or both to make a mistake. Colin in definite fuel saving mode. He does have quite the gap to the car behind. He has a 17 or 18 second gap to the car behind, so fuel saving at this point is no problem for him.
The two cars behind him are Antti Rassi and Thomas Golab of Team Future, so let's hope we keep those cars.
We want to keep them there. I mean, Tomas has got his hands full with a Aston Martin and a Mercedes.
Look at this. Look at this. Ooh, that was going to be close, yeah.
That's what I said. Like, Nikolai's got the best seat in the house to the battle in front of him. As long as he doesn't get entangled with the middle car, he'll be okay. If he starts to get tangled up with the middle car, then he's going to have some issues, but nothing major. Let's go on board with, I'm going to go on board with Andrew for a second here. There's the gap to Michael Brooks. He's got it back down to about 1.5 seconds to 1.8 seconds, so. And pit strategies are starting to come into effect here now. Lots of people come into the pits, so. The back of the pack is super spread out. Nothing really going on back there. So all the action's going to be up here at the front. We're going to be keeping our eye on Tomas and Michael Brooks and Antti Rassi and Colin and Andrew and Jack are going to be the main ones that we keep our eye on, as they are the two top teams in the team championship. The third place team, I think, is just a little bit too far away to catch second. So it's just a battle for first, and then I think third and fourth are very close in team championships. So it's kind of like Andrew and Jack Evans for first place. They're super close. And then Colin and I can't remember who's in third. They're super close. Little battles throughout the championship, which is cool. Go back on board with this battle. This is a nice little battle. They've been battling for the last at least 20-some minutes straight. So. And
that's still trying to go at him.
He's just
right?
pushing hard. And Tomas, I do believe, has ballast, I think. Let me just double check on that. No, none of these guys have ballast. So no extra weight. So they're all even, basically. And if I check out tires, where are we here? They're all on medium tires, so all in the same set of tires. Akarev still on the softs, still has not come into the pit lane, still holding the fastest lap of the race. That's a lot of stills. We've had a third DNF. Jordan Schwartz has DNF'd. I believe he just DNF'd last lap or the lap before, so at least he made it in.
I think we were watching as he went off track and hit the wall, actually.
Oh, just a little bit of a slide, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with 100% damage, yeah, you hit anything. Oh, with Dastan making a big mistake. That,
let's go on board with him and just see where he...
Yeah, he just hit the wall. He doesn't look like he hit the wall hard. He kind of bounced into it sideways from the looks of it.
Okay, well, let's hope he's not too damaged. But
That's
yeah,
unfortunate.
that's a big shakeup in things, and because here comes Michael
Brooks and Andrew coming up behind him. So
yeah, exactly. So we have all of our drivers from Team TracksVR in the top 10, as does
Team Future. So
yeah, this is coming down for the championship here, guys.
Oh, it looks like Pedro made him. Oh, Pedro come into the pits. Okay, and so did Vlad.
So Colin is going to try and stretch here.
So Colin on the medium tires is going to stretch it out as much as he can. He's probably going to go and come back out on the softs to have the faster tires for the end of the race.
See if he can't get the
fastest lap to get that one extra point. Tomas has come into the pits now as well. Let's go. Where are we here? Where am I? Yep, Vlad, Tokarev, Pedro, and Tomas are all in the pits. Oh, Jack is expressing some issues or feelings. No issues. Okay, good.
I think he's just they're doing some team chatter over the radio.
I could just hear him talk, and it's like he's talking very loud. So I don't know if he's screaming because something happened or what. Looks like Pedro actually came out better than Vlad Tokarev. Pedro came out 2 spots ahead of Vlad. Vlad came out in 10th and Pedro came out in 8th. So Pedro having a much better pit stop. Probably just a splash and dash. Didn't take as much fuel. Yeah, that's what we think he's going to do, Eric, is he's on the mediums. Colin's on the mediums at the moment. And there's 34 minutes left in the race. And we know the medium tires, cold tires, Pedro. The medium tires will last at least 45 to 55 minutes, and the soft tires we think only last at most like 30 some minutes, depending on how well you take care of them. So, but if Colin waits and pits at the last possible moment, he will actually have a better chance. It has a 20-second gap to the car behind him, so if he can actually push as he's staying out for another lap, if he can push and have a really good couple next laps before he pits, he'll actually come out better in the pit strategies. So Andrew's still chasing down Michael Brooks, definitely in fuel-saving mode as he has a 3.5-second gap to Michael now. Anti-Rassi coming into the pits now, so that's going to play a big role in.
Team Future is all pitted now before us.
Yes. Oh no, Michael Brooks has not pitted. Michael Brooks is the only one that has not. So all of Team TracksVR has not come into the pits, and Michael Brooks from Team Future has not come in. Yeah, Eric, I think he has a very, very good chance this race.
It almost worked last race, so
yeah. Zakirov coming into the pits as well. Jack is got
up into 7th.
Pedro in front of him. I don't know if you had a little bit of an issue or an incident and just kind of let Pedro go. Pedro on the fresher and the faster tires anyway, so Pedro's on softs. He went from mediums to softs, so he's doing the rest of the race on the soft tires. He is 48 seconds behind Colin. Let me change this. Thank you. He's 48 seconds behind Colin. I don't know how long the pit is. I think with just changing tires, a full pit stop, I think is about 30-some seconds, I think. Depending on how much fuel.
I think in and out, it's like 42 or 43 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know how long this pit lane is, so. But I know a pit stop just for tires, stop-wise, is about 14 seconds. So, and pit speed limit is 62 miles an hour. So I think it's like, what, like 85 kilometers an hour or something? So, Jack's got Vlad Tokarev on fresh tires, kind of giving him the business here.
Yeah, Jack's doing the right thing. Just stay in the middle, stay on the driving line. Yeah, into the corner. buddy wants to, you know, do something crazy, then let him. And just stay on the driving
Tried
line,
to get
just
the
like
cut
that.
back, but yeah. He's going to get him on the straight, though. The fresher tire is just going to pull a little bit better out of the straight.
Yep.
That's a cool drag race, Corvette and Aston Martin, something you don't see every day.
Yeah. Oh, he waited a little bit late and made Jack have to brake late. But
He just, yeah, those fresh medium tires, man, just, they make all the difference. Alrighty, so...
old Destan. No pit Destan.
He's on the, I mean, he's still doing the same as Colin. Colin hasn't pitted yet. Neither has Michael Brooks, and neither has Andrews. They're all medium tires, so they're all doing the same kind of strategy by the looks of things.
All watching each other.
Yep.
They'll have spotters.
Yeah, their crew chiefs are going, hey, this is your gap, this is your gap, this is your gap, so...
Welcome to our new listeners. If you were driving in this series and you're now one of the people who is DNF'd, let's go to that list there.
Yeah, the DNF list is, actually, let's go here and look at, is Jordan Schwartz, Jean-Michel Lorieux, and Max Bunovich.
Welcome, guys. Welcome. Thanks for watching today. Consolation on what happened in your race. Hopefully, you know, hopefully you come away from it and be ready to race again. Here we go.
Colin is actually gonna, Colin had a wicked pit stop. He's gonna have an amazing track chance. Jack comes into the pits as well. Jack is gonna be going onto the mediums, I do believe. Oh no, Jack's going onto the softs as well, okay. So is Michael Brooks. So everybody opting to go onto the soft tires for the last 29 minutes of this race. Andrews here in third place, still has not pitted yet. What lap was it that you crashed on it? We'll try to find it and see if we can grab it. Jackaboy's still in the pits. Probably had to take on a little bit extra fuel, more than he thought he would have to take on, but that's okay. He's back out now. So currently Colin is pretty far ahead of Anti-Rasti and Tomas Golab from Team Future. So, and then wherever Andrew comes into the pits is going to determine where he where he ends up in that mixture of cars. So thanks for stopping by there too, Jean-Michel. Andrew has come into the pits now, so we're gonna be watching that. Around 55 minutes to go in the race. Okay, we'll take a look and see if we can find it.
Oh, we're gonna help John Michael.
We're just gonna see after the race, see if we can figure it out, see where the crash was, because we'll have instant access to the replay right away, right?
Yeah.
Andrew is in the pits. Andrew's pit stop was only 50 seconds. Actually, it was less than that. but he come out in 14th. So he actually lost a couple. He actually lost time from that pit stop. So that means Tomas and Anti-Rassi had wicked pit stops. Colin on set a purple first sector. Let's see if he can set purple for the next two. Dastan still out on track on those medium tires. He's the only one that has yet to pit, going super long as per the norm, and he has Pedro right hot on his tail. Pedro Gomez on fresh tires, gonna make easy work of that Aston Martin at Dastan, I think. And they have lap traffic coming into play now. Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Yeah,
Pedro full stand on the outside. Oh, that's easy. Yeah.
There you go.
Those brand new tires, man, just make all the world difference. Colin having a purple second sector as well. Colin going for fastest lap.
Colin's on a tear.
No, we weren't. That's why I have to go back and look. Okay, guys, so sorry about that. We were just having a little chat about things. Colin is in 4th place at the moment, and Anti-Rassi is in 6th. Colin will gain a place. Will gain an extra place because Dastan still has to pit, so he's going to go up to 3rd. So Colin, right now as it sits, Colin will get 41 points. 42 points because he has fastest lap. So he'll get 42 points. Anti-Rassi will get, he's in 6th. Anti-Rassi will get 30 points, so there's a 31-point advantage there. Tomas Goleb will get 23 points, so that puts them at 53, so we're 12-point disadvantage. So we're still ahead in the championship, no matter where Andrew finishes. Because Michael Brooks' points won't count because he's the 3rd driver on the team, and they only take the top 2 drivers that finish on the track. So if things finish the way they are right now, Team TracksVR still takes the team championship by at least 15 points. So I think they've got it locked up.
I'll save my celebration for the end. For right now, I'm just enjoying the racing. This is awesome. I hope everybody's enjoying the racing today.
Yeah, Eric, I didn't catch the Sector 3 time, but I'm assuming it was a purple Sector 3 because his fastest lap is over a second and 1.2 seconds faster than the next closest guy on track. So I'm pretty sure it was purple 3.
Amazing run, Colin. Amazing run, Colin.
And he's pushing hard to catch Vlad in front of him. That's, as you can see, Vlad right there. He has a 7/10 gap to Vlad. Michael Brooks is making a push to try to get himself some more points, as driver championship is a thing for these guys too. They're not just going for team; they're going for driver championships. And I think as it sits, Andrew has 2nd place completely locked up in the driver championship, because Jack Evans is 7 spots ahead of him at this point. So unless Jack Evans makes a big mistake in DNFs, I don't think Andrew can catch him, because for 11th place he's only going to get like 15 points or something. So, oh hey, I was right. He's going to get 15 points for 11th place. That was just a guess. But yeah, it would make a dent, but it's not going to make like a massive dent. So, but very well done. I mean, he had a wicked drive this season. So yeah, there goes Andrew. There goes Andrew. Come on, he's on the outside. Yeah, he's got to back off.
Get him on the switchback.
I don't know.
Cut.
No, he has got to cut
Oh.
in, trying to get the draft. He's got two big boys in front of him, so this should be easy draft. They take up a
Pushing a
lot
lot
more.
of air.
Yeah, they take up a
Yeah.
lot more room than he does. It's kind of like not as dramatic as a little like Honda Civic following behind a semi. Not that dramatic, but you get the point. Big car, small car. Yeah.
What's gonna happen here? Yeah, let's watch this. This is interesting.
Andrew just seeing where the advantage is going to be. Michael doing a good job of parking that big boy right on the apex.
The Boatley.
Andrew just not having enough power, not having the draft is really hurting them. You can see that draft making such a difference. I mean, the Bentley does have better top end, but the draft is helping even more. That BMW getting a little bit sideways by the looks of it, but still holding on. This is a nice little battle between the three of them. Half a second from Valentin Iliev in that BMW to Andrew. That's how close these guys are.
Oh,
Andrew trying to get the switchback coming in the second turn.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Not Michael Brooks. Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah. Oh, man. That was a good try. Wow, Andrew.
Andrew's pushing. I don't know if they know where Anti-Rassi and Tomas are, because they're kind of separated from Colin and Andrew, so they can't see them on their little board in their sims. So they don't know if Andrew doesn't know if he has to pass Michael Brooks yet. Like, if they knew where Anti-Rassi and Tomas were, they could say, Andrew, don't push, don't make any mistakes. But because they don't know, he's got to do whatever he can. There's a good move.
Yeah,
That's it.
there you
That's
go.
what he was hoping for.
Oh, stick it. Come on. And that thing that's that weight. That's that ballast weight.
The
right
extra 42 kilograms for Andrew, sorry. Yeah, Andrew's got 42 kilograms, but that's just showing he is able to push and keep up with these guys and make them work for their spots. So Colin is up into second place. Like I said, Destin has pitted. He has a 2.5 second gap to Vlad behind him. So Colin keeping second place, which is actually going to give TracksVR more points to pull away from.
Michael Brooks is making an attempt at Iliev here.
Oh, he's right beside him. They are
Yeah.
side by side. The BMW and the Corvette. Just look at the top end speed, though. The draft and the top end speed.
But Andrew's got the inside
Yeah.
edge.
Yeah.
Nicely done,
Very well.
Andrew.
Very well done, Andrew.
Nicely done. Oh, well
That
done,
was
Andrew.
very well done. And he's got Iliev now. He's on the outside of Iliev coming into turn 2. No, it's got to back off a little bit. It's going to peek up the inside. Nope, don't make it. All the switchback corners, you don't want to sacrifice it for the first corner. You want to sacrifice for the first corner and make a good second corner. As he easily comes up the inside for the second
Yes.
corner of the switchback.
Oh, wow.
Two
Racing.
2 passes in 4 corners. That is what racing is. I know everybody probably watched Hamilton go from 10th or 20th to like 7th in 4 laps on the weekend, but nothing better than watching cars that are all relatively equal, a lot more equal than Formula 1 cars are, pass each other like that. That was nice. Even allowed Tomas to get past Valentin too. So that's going to make Andrew a lot happier to know that he's actually going to be a little more, get some more points against Team Future. So now we have this battle, Anti-Rassi and Nikolai Bezrukov in that Mercedes. Really showing people that the Mercedes was not a bad car to pick. Just because it wasn't the top car in the first 2 races, everybody's like, yeah, we're not going to pick that car.
I respect the guys stuck by their car decisions, including Team TracksVR.
Go back with Andrew. He's still got Michael Brooks hot on his tail. But Andrew is able to push out a little bit more. Let me see what tires everybody's on. Andrew and Michael Brooks are both on the softs. The next car up the road, Andre Rosu in the blue and silver McLaren, is on mediums. So these guys should be able to catch up. I don't know how easy they're going to be able to catch up, as they have 11-second gap, but They should be able to. As they start to come into back markers, that blue and black McLaren is a back marker. So that will come into play, hopefully, in a good way. But where's Jackaboy? Let's go see Jackaboy. Jackaboy is kind of just doing his own thing. He's got a massive gap to the car in front and a massive gap to the car behind. So as long as he just drives and doesn't make any mistakes and stays consistent, I'm sure he'll be better off than the guys that are pushing too hard. But yeah, he just out for a drive, learn the track. After 50 minutes of racing, it's usually a really nice thing to be able to just sit back and. Dastan has DNF'd. I think that's the first time we have seen Dastan DNF.
Oh no,
that's
Dastan.
Very unfortunate, dude. I think that, like I said, I think that's the first time we've seen him DNF. That's really unfortunate. Colin pushing hard in second place. Let's go on board with Colin for a second. He has a 7-second gap to Pedro in front, who is also pushing super hard. But Colin has pushed hard enough to pull that gap to Vlad behind him from 3 seconds to 6 seconds. So doing a very good job. And then Jack Evans in fourth is now 24 seconds off of Vlad, which is 30 seconds off of Colin. So massive gap there. Andrew's actually gained 2 seconds on Andre Rostu. Those soft tires are really helping. However, he still has Michael Brooks right there. They've pulled away from Mateo and Valentin. Valentin must have had an issue, as he's fallen way back from this group here. Andrew knows that Michael saw what he did, so he'll be sure to cover off those same points where he passed Michael, so Michael can't pull the same move.
Watch them coming into that corner while they were practicing, and it's scary. It's totally like you're coming up this hill, can't see where your brake markers are. The track surface is all flat, so it doesn't really tell you where you are on it. And yeah, that's just a tough corner. So good job by all our drivers today coming into that corner.
Yeah, all of our drivers have had no issues so far, which is good considering the last few races everybody's been, knock on wood. The last few races have just not been their cup of tea, so getting bumped into or just having their own off tracks or whatever, they just some issues in the races lately. But I put the manufacturer logos up there on the tower there so you guys can see that the Bentley, Corvette, and Aston Martin are in the top 3. That's the first time we've had a Bentley or an Aston Martin in the top 3, other than Dastan leading the race and then pitting, right? But him continuously in the top 3 in an Aston Martin for Tokarev is actually awesome. This is his track, I think. And then Pedro in that Bentley. Haven't seen a Bentley up in the top 3 for a long time either, so.
Oh, look at the Bentley of
Michael Brooks is putting on the pressure on Andrew.
Hot on Andrew's tail, yeah.
And they are pushing to catch Andre Rosu. That gap has come down from 11 seconds to 8.5 seconds in a little under 3 laps, so. Or a little under 2 laps, I guess. It's only been 3 minutes since I last stated it. So if they can keep pushing and if they can work together. Uh-oh, let's go back to Jack. I just heard something happen. That would be Valentin Iliev. I don't know if that back marker caused the issue or if it was...
Yeah.
It looks like it might have been the back marker.
Yeah, I think the back marker was getting in both of their way and they're racing.
That's
here,
okay.
So.
Jack has got the inside line. We all know how well that is on corner 1. Remember, now he's got to...
Nicely done. Watch out.
Let the car drift wide to get the exit for 2. Yeah, we can hear the cheers from Jack. That was very well done by Jack, considering he had that little issue with the back marker.
Yeah, he muscled his way back into 12th.
Yep.
Well done, buddy.
Okay, now we got 2 battles to watch out for. Andrew and Michael Brooks have cut that gap to Andre Rosu down to 7 seconds now. They took another 2 seconds off in the last minute and a half. So Andrew is on a rampage. And Colin is pushing hard to keep away from Vlad, but he's still Still about 6 seconds off of Pedro, but that's totally fine. Yep, as Jack is slowly pulling away from Valentin here. Valentin's on the medium tires, so Jack does have the advantage. I'm just going to go back on board with Andrew here as we have Michael Brooks still hot on his tail as they're chasing down Andre Rosu, who has had an issue or has come into the pits. No, he had it off track. That gap is now 4 seconds. As you can see, that little blue speck that just went over the hill, that is Andre Rosu, who they are chasing down currently. Jack Evans falling down to 5th place. Nikolai Bezrukov in the Mercedes has actually passed him and is up into 4th.
That's probably that ballast weight, I would think, coming into play again.
Yep.
When you're battling and the car behind you has the draft and you've got more weight, you're really pushing more air. It can actually help them catch you even faster.
That gap going through this section is less than 3.5 seconds. Less than 3 seconds to Andre Rosu now. Jack all by himself. Valentin Iliev having another issue. Just making a mistake, going off track, pushing too hard to keep up with Jack, and Jack just doing his thing and just driving his own race. Letting everybody else make mistakes while he just drives away. Michael Brooks a little bit off track there, a little bit squirrely, nothing major though. That gap to Andre is now 2.5 seconds. Andrew putting on that little speck there in front of him. That's the car he's chasing. That is for 8th place. Actually, let's go on board with this battle here. Anti-Rassi is caught up to Jack Evans. And Tomas is right there in that other green Porsche. The car just doesn't look as nimble with all that extra weight. That Corvette just looks like it's struggling to turn. Making me do things I don't want to do.
I would hope in the physics, and I'm pretty sure it does. It spreads it evenly across the body. So
I know in the BTCCs it was placed on the back axle, so it actually made the car a little more stable because they were driving the Subaru. So go back on board with Andrew here. He still has a half-second gap to Michael behind him, but he's got that gap down to Andre Rosu to less than 2 seconds, a little bit over 2 seconds, depending on where they are on track. As they power out of the corner.
This is a big push here for Andrew.
I mean, in 8 minutes, he's gone from 11-second gap to 2 seconds, so he's gained 9 seconds in 4 laps. That's a good push.
One would think that perhaps he has Andre Rosu has some damage or something.
He could potentially, yes. I do believe he was in the pits really early too, I think, so.
Yeah, he could be on really old tires as well.
Yeah. All right, Jack Evans still has Anti-Rassi hot on his tail. Oh, the last minute switch to the inside line. Yeah, a little bit of bumping.
Oh, jeez, yeah. I know Jack Evans isn't going to be too happy about that.
Especially from a mod. The mod should know better than that. All right, here they are. This is the three-way battle. Andrew is now half a second behind him, behind Andre. Let's just look at the tires here. Where are we? Andre's on mediums, like I said, so he's on very old mediums. Because he pitted within the first, yeah. Because Andrew pitted about 15 minutes ago, 15 to 18 minutes ago, and Andre pitted 45 minutes ago. So those medium tires are going to be screaming. I do recommend, though, if you've never driven a car in a sim with no tire left on the back tires, a rear-wheel drive car with no tire wear on the back, I definitely recommend trying it because it is a blast. It's funny because you do 1 mile an hour and they spin. They got no grip, and it's so much fun to try and control it. So I recommend it if you just want something fun to do.
Donuts.
Major donuts, yeah. I was gonna say Andrew looks like he's trying to do the switchback on Andre, but Andre cuts off that apex just a little bit.
Ooh. Man, he's got Michael. These guys are really racing each other here. This is exciting.
And it's good to see Michael keeping it clean with Andrew as well, as he knows that it is a title fight, so. Andrew a little bit squirrely, taking a little bit too much curb. Andrew just a little more confident on the brakes. Andre doing a good job of just parking it right on the apex.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
Yes, we did say donuts, Eric. More specifically, NASCAR cars with 0 tire left on the back tires. Oh my God, you do an oval. I dare you to try and do a lap.
We've done it. It's so much fun.
It's fun. You don't do a lap unless it takes you an hour, but it's fun.
Yeah.
This is the nice little battle, and they're kind of pulling away from Michael Brooks a little bit. That gap is about 7/10 behind Andrew, so. Last 5 minutes, that's going to give us 3 more laps. Actually, let's check where Pedro is on the track here. Yeah, it'll give us 3 more laps. He's on, he's just going to finish this lap. It should give us 3 more laps. Where's Andrew? There he is.
I think Andrew's going to make an attempt here in these last 3 laps.
Oh, for sure.
At getting another spot. Colin's a little far back to think about getting close to Pedro, but well raced Pedro today.
Trying to cut back, Andrew. He broke a little bit late, but nothing major. Andre's doing a very good job of holding the apex and parking that car on the apex every corner, which is the best way to defend. If you're slower in the corner, slower apex speed, doesn't matter as long as you park that car on the apex so they can't get past you on the inside.
Like that.
Like that.
And that. Oh, jeez, man.
Just comes. He did leave him space, come across his nose a little bit, but left him space. Oh, Andrew getting a big tap from Michael Brooks from behind. That actually kind of helped him a little bit.
Bump draft
there. A little bit, yeah, going into the braking zone. That's usually not where you get the bump draft, but that actually helped Andrew get around that corner just a little bit easier. That's not going to be good for his back tires, though, but... This is turning out to be a really good push by Andrew. Considering he felt like he wasn't melding with the track and the setup and stuff, this is really a good push. Maybe he got, he's a Hamilton fan, so maybe he taking this race from Hamilton. Inspiration,
yeah,
that's the word, yep.
Oh, he got it. Yeah, he's got it.
Who's going to have the better drive? Yeah, he's got it now. And Michael Brooks is going to, we have a 3-wide drag race down the straight. Oh, Lord, 3-wide drag race. Is Andre going to just hold it?
Watch out.
Andre, gives him a little bit of a tap. That's okay. They're all still safe. Poor Andre losing 2 spots because of that. Michael Brooks did a very good job of following him through that corner, though. That's very well done.
He did utilize that to his advantage.
And did it very cleanly, yes.
Safely, yeah, exactly. Oh,
Andrew giving the little love back, yep. Oh. Yeah, a little bit of a bump coming back on the track, but that's okay. Yeah, Andrew's gonna be a little bit later on the brakes, park on the apex.
Nice.
Now he's just got to drive away, or try to.
Nicely done.
I mean, he's been trying to drive away from Michael for the last 15 minutes, but Michael won't leave him alone.
Oh, Andrew, that's just beautiful.
Let's see where Pedro is. Oh, was that?
Oh no,
Andre spun out. Oh no.
Andre, no.
That was such a good battle, dude.
Oh, dude.
Pedro just coming around corner 1 to start his last lap of the race. Should be last lap, maybe. I don't know where he crossed the start-finish line. If he crossed it before the 2-minute mark, which I don't think he did, they would have one more lap.
Look at Colin has shaved 2 seconds off.
Colin is.
Look at.
Colin's not in fuel save mode or tire save mode. He is in I want first place mode.
Yeah, look at this.
He's in Hamilton mode too. I am not taking 20th place. I am passing everybody.
Come on, but don't lose it. But if he could make this in the last lap, that'd be amazing.
Michael Brooks has had an incident too.
Oh,
he has fallen way back.
They were all maybe pushing too hard, maybe wore their tires, yeah.
So Andrew now has just a race by himself, just finished his last lap here by himself. Let's go, actually, yeah, I'm going to go on board Jack for a second here just to give him a little more screen time because we haven't really paid attention to him much except for his couple little battles. We had got his pass on screen, so that's all that matters. Just give him a little bit of time. As he crosses the start finish line. Yeah.
Here we
the
are.
best way to do your last
track.
lap is not have to worry about anything, just drive.
Anything, just drive.
Colin, if my live timing will stop stuttering, my live timing says he's 2.5 seconds. I think that's correct because it's been the same way for the last 2 seconds. So Colin pushing super hard, making a little bit of a mistake, taking too much curb, do that first switchback corner.
Look how much closer he's gotten though in the last.
You can actually
like, 3 laps.
see him. Before he couldn't see him. Going a little bit wide there. I feel like you want to late apex the entry to that first corner. This is it. Yep, end of the race. Colin taking home second place. Pedro taking home first. Well done. Let's go on board with Andrew here as he comes around the last few corners. Andrew is going to come home in 8th place. Yeah, Eric, they all 3 of them raced absolutely phenomenal today. Go on board Jackaboy here. Jack, looks like Jack's going to finish in 12th unless... No, Andre did not make a mistake. It looked like he did, but I don't think he did. Very well done from all 3 drivers today. That's absolutely phenomenal. Andrew's already crossed, I think, yeah. Yeah, here comes Andrew. Andrew picking up rubble.
Done, Andrew. Well done, Andrew. Well done. Nicely raced.
And here comes Jackaboy. Yeah, it was a really good season, Eric. I'm not sure if Colin's going to move up to 3rd. I'm going to have to do some really, really quick math here. Andrew is going to stay in 2nd place in the driver standings. Well done to Jack coming across the finish line in 12th place. So Jack actually qualifying 19th and finishing 12th. So 7 spots is where he gained. Andrew qualified 15th, I think, finished 8th. And Colin qualified 6th or 7th and finished 2nd. So all of them had phenomenal drives today. Let me see if I can do some quick math.
Yeah, did we win the team championship? We have to find out.
I'm pretty sure we won team championship. That one I'm pretty confident on. Because Colin got 2nd place, so Colin's going to get 53 plus 1, so he's going to get 54 points. The top 2 drivers from Team Future are 5th and 7th, so that's going to be 35 and 26. So that's going to give them 61. So they're only going to gain, just on Colin, if Colin was the only one getting points for the team, they would gain like 8 points. So they still won.
Oh yeah, look at the boys here.
We still took first place.
Done. We're a force on the track. Team TracksVR.
Yeah, we still team championship. We still take first. Colin, let's see the driver standings here. Colin got 2nd, so he's going to get 50. How many points did I say? 54. Colin will take 13th for sure, or 13th. Colin will take 3rd, so Andrew will be 2nd. Colin will be 3rd. Jack getting 12th.
I think he's gonna move up a spot or two.
13. Philippe, where did Philippe finish? Philippe, where did Philippe finish? Or did he even race today? Philippe.
I don't think
Philippe.
he even raced today.
Philippe didn't race today, so Jack will go up one spot because of that. He didn't get enough points to pass Dastan, so he'll gain at least one spot. Unless... Oh, Zakharov didn't finish very well, I don't think. Let me see where Zakharov finished. Zakharov didn't finish well, so Jack is actually going to move up to 18th place, which is awesome. And then Colin will be 3rd, and Andrew will be 2nd, if my math is correct. So...
Well done, Team
Well
TracksVR. So proud, so happy. Thank you, everyone, for watching this season. We're gonna wrap up with the guys and have our usual interviews. But just for me as race team principal, yeah, I'm happy.
As you see, the drivers do some shenanigans after the race.
It is the last race, so yeah, there we go. We see one of our cars flying by. Well, they have to have some fun. You know what? They had lots of fun racing, but they have to have some shenanigans at the end. I'm gonna let the racers come on and talk about. But I just wanted to take a few moments here and thank everybody involved with SRM. So thank you so much, guys, for hosting this league and for letting us race with you. Wow, what a race. Michael Brooks, you're commenting in the Discord. Absolutely, with Andrew. That was very exciting to watch at the end there. Colin, what a year you've had with some ins and outs. Jack, every race, you know what? You do better than you qualify. So that improvement is so much fun to watch. And to all the other participants, thank you guys for without people doing this, without people participating, then we can't have leagues like this. So we hope to see you all in the future here, and we'll let you know as we start to look at doing our own in-house races. We'd love to invite everyone from SRM who competed to look at doing stuff with us in the future. But we'll let you know on Discord and whatnot and various chat forums. But I do want to say excellent job to most of the racers. Didn't have too many incidents where I would say, oh, that was definitely somebody's fault. No matter what, we get caught up in the heat of the moment as well, and we're not completely objective, as we said all season long. But yeah, well done by all the drivers. It was really exciting to watch all of you. You're all quite good, and it's fun to watch people with skill compete against each other. So. I wanted to thank our sponsors because, again, as we talked about during the stream, sponsorship is really important, and what that means is money coming in from sponsors to fund what we do here. If you like what we do or think it'd be a good venue to spread the word, please let us know. We our existing sponsors, F&40's podcast. Thank you so much to them for all their support, not just this series, but all year long. And they're broadcast live every week out of the Blind Beggar here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Earth. It wouldn't be a wrap-up speech unless I said that, would it, Rick? Anyways, yeah, we love you guys. I hope you're doing well, and glad to see that you're getting some viewership in Spain. If we have any Spanish racers, listen to the F&40's podcast. Apparently, it's very popular there. Also like to thank the Ring King Custom Chainmail. The proprietor of said sponsor is right beside me. My cohort, my co-host, my partner in crime on these streams, Rick. thank you to you, and I hope you have a very awesome and productive holiday season coming up here. Look him up on Instagram, guys. We'd like to make Rick so busy he has no time to have any fun, except with us. Thank you to Red Bull for bringing in some fuel and providing us with a fancy new cooler slash fridge. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. We love you. And then lastly, like I said, our special mention is just all the athletes today. Thank you to all you guys. I'm going to shut up now and let the racers talk. Have a good day from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Earth. I love you.
One last couple special mentions. Dario at V Designs for the TracksVR liveries. And
Oh, Dario, sorry for forgetting
yeah,
you, dude.
and
I hope you're watching.
And
you're the best. V Design. Get your liveries done at V Design. They're excellent.
Yes, that's where we get ours. The last 3 series that we were in, Dario did them all. So thank you to him. Last one before we get the drivers in here. Ethan Burke Productions. Thank you so much. The commercial video that you guys saw during the warm-up before the race happened, after qualifying, all that good stuff, that was done by Ethan Burke Productions here in Calgary. He's awesome. Go check out his Instagram at Ethan Burke Productions. I think he's got the other tags. If he's got other like Facebook and stuff, I'm sure he'll have those links on there. But go check him out for all your videographer needs. So yeah.
Are you still there, Rick?
I'm still here, yeah.
Alright, I'm joined in, just waiting on Jack.
Yeah, we'll just wait for them to come in. And that was a hell of a race, dude. Holy Christ.
Yeah, a little boring, just kind of racing by myself. But,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it came down to the wire. I needed one more lap, and he just had enough time to back off on it and cross the line. Like, I think it was like 3 seconds after the timer went down. So
yeah, it was. You guys were just coming around the last corner, and I was paying attention to the thing to see if you guys would get one more lap, and no, he was just slow enough, just let up enough just to cross it with like 2 or 3 seconds left. So, or before 2 or 3 seconds. But you did secure 3rd place though from that race.
yeah, I just had to beat Matteo and Mario Dentella, and he was behind Andrew, so 20 points compared to my 54, and I think I was only like 17 or so behind him going
You were
into it. So.
You were like right behind him. I think 12 points, 10 or 12 points.
Oh yeah,
at the start, you were like really freaking close.
Yeah, but there was like 4 guys behind me that were really close as well. So
yeah, you had I think it was Anti-Rassi, Tomas, Michael Brooks. They were all like right on your heel.
Yeah, Conti, Vlad. Vlad really wasn't on my heels, but
Javier didn't start today either. He had wheel issues. I don't know if you saw that in the Discord.
No, I did not see. Yeah, I can see on the points though. DNS did not start. So
yeah,
I wondered why I went up to P6. I think I qualified P7.
That's what I thought too.
I remember.
That's what I thought. You qualified 7th, but
yeah. So all right, just waiting on Jack still.
I mean, we can do it with you and Andrew if Andrew's here.
I'll just get started with me.
Yeah, go. Yeah, let us. You start wherever you want to go.
Well, just like almost every other race, strategy was the same. Start on the mediums, switch over to the softs. There was some drivers trying the hards today, so tire wear was a huge factor. Knowing that Gomez had just outright pace, like he qualified on the mediums as well, the only other driver to qualify on mediums with a full tank of fuel. And he had that much pace. I just couldn't match it, even though I only had 7 kgs ballast. So I really tried for the overcut, but I think I went two laps too far.
Yeah.
And when I came out, instead of having a 4-second gap, I think it was a 11-second gap. And then did steal the fastest lap from him on my first lap out. So I had good pace, but just the last 5 laps, he started doing high 58s, and that was my pace, low
Mhm.
59s. So he was matching me lap for lap in the last 5 laps, so there just
Yeah.
wasn't enough time to catch him. The tire wear obviously was really bad. Like I was 37% on the front left and 44% on the rear left, and just his must have been even worse. But the Bentley seemed just to grip up out of the corners and had a lot more top speed. So
Mhm.
fairly even, fairly good race strategy. Again, just all that we could do. Pitting 2 laps earlier, and then also my pit stop. I stopped in the box, and like the game kind of like froze and didn't start the countdown right away. So I think I
Oh
lost
no.
a few seconds there. It seemed weird. It didn't seem to go through correct. I didn't have the fuel issues this time, but it just didn't seem to count down properly. So all in all, a good race. Good race to all. Like competitors did a really good job. Really good turnout. 27 racers
Yeah, it was good
showed
today.
up to qualify. 26 to start. I don't think there was too many DNFs this race either.
There was 3 or 4.
I'm seeing 4 on the point. So
Yeah.
a really good track. Really wide. Uh, Not many off-camber corners. So really
Mhm.
good for overtakes. Just unfortunately couldn't catch the 2 guys that were in front of me. They were on the softs and had less fuel, but then they ended up taking themselves out. So I was very surprised when that happened.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Samuel Mold turned into um, the BMW Valentin Eliv right at the breaking point of turn 1. He was on the inside and then turned outward and took the BMW right off track, and then he went super wide, so it gave me 2 spots to get the third. And I thought
Mhm.
I could get past Gomez at that point, but he just had too much pace. And then Vlad being ahead of us just made us push to catch him, and I think we just went through our tires a little too fast.
Yeah, it seemed like a lot of people were having that same issue with the tires, trying to push hard, and their tires didn't last as long as they were hoping. So at least that's what happened to
Yeah,
Michael Brooks when he was chasing Andrew at the end of the race. So
yeah, no, I think the average tire wear per lap was like 4% on the softs, or
yeah,
4 to 5%. So you don't get many laps. You only get 10 laps before you're down at 50%, and
hmm
so you really got to play it safe and maximize your opportunities to pass. But
yeah.
unfortunately, they just weren't there today.
No, I mean you did have a phenomenal drive. All 3 of you guys did. So that's they're all out there yapping. I gotta tell them to all hurry up and get in here. I can hear them yapping. Yeah, you had an awesome drive, dude. It was wicked to see you go from 7th to 2nd. Your pit strategy actually was really good, even though you had that little bit of a glitch. It still was awesome. So,
Yeah,
at
no,
least it
it
worked.
was definitely the proper strategy. I still had 8 liters extra in the tank, so that could have been at like 2 seconds in the pits if I hadn't taken that extra fuel. But it was down to the wire. Had I not taken that, we probably would have done an extra lap. So, and then would have been short. I was really hoping Pedro needed to fuel save, but yeah, the last 2 laps, I think he did a 2 minute and a 2 minute one. So he definitely slowed down for the last 2 laps because I was like 6 seconds and then behind him in 2 seconds at the line. So he definitely slowed down, made sure that he didn't have to do an extra lap.
Yeah, Colin. We're just getting the guys back in. So, watch. Let me just do this. I think they're hopping in. I know Andrew's just having something to eat because he is starving. So,
Yeah, I gotta realize we're on live stream though.
I know.
Our viewers don't want to wait around
Victory,
forever, guys.
No,
Victory banana, guys.
the victory
Championship
banana.
winning banana as a reward there.
Gonna see if I can load up the load up R Factor 2 if it doesn't freeze on me again.
Yeah, let me just say on the stream, congrats, Colin P2. That was a really well raced race for you. And yeah, so Colin, you're P3 in the championship, drivers championship. I'm P2.
Yep.
Jack Evans first, and then it looks like we won the team's championship there.
Yeah, by team standings by what 43 points, and the driver standings difference between you and Evans is 50 points, and between you and me is 21
Yep.
points.
Let me just say, Colin, you're probably the most important member of the team. You probably do the most work on the setups and everything. So a big thank you from all of us, man. You're the best. You're, and I mean that.
Yeah,
Well, I
no,
gotta make you
literally.
guys fast somehow.
Tough job, man. I'm pretty slow, so
Yeah, you really got to whip us into shape.
I wouldn't say
Yeah.
you're super slow. You're super slow, Jack. I would just say it took you a bit to learn the car, and by the end of the season, you were doing awesome. So
Yeah, Jack, like you've improved so much since the first esports races we've done. Yeah, so you can feel really good about that, Jack.
thank you. Yeah, it's been consistent progression, which I shouldn't be anywhere without the setup help and track help and all that shit from you guys. Thank you very much.
yeah,
No,
Jack, you did awesome today, dude. Y'all did.
You got the replay going yet?
I'm just trying
I
to
had one
find
good
it.
overtake. I want to watch that on
I'm just trying to find it for.
I'll come over and give you a hand. Hold on.
I gotta find the driver
Yeah.
that we're supposed to try to find his crash on. There he is. Okay, he said it was at the 56-minute mark with 56 minutes left. Just trying to find it. When I get it, I'll put it back up on the stream so we can see. Because I believe it was with Pedro and Andre Rosu, I think.
Thanks for the support in the chat, Eric.
Oh, and John Michael as well. After he DNF'd, he started watching our stream and commenting on it. So that's
Yeah,
nice
we're gonna
of
be
him to
showing.
jump in.
If he's still watching right now, we're gonna be getting his replay up on our stream here, so we can actually all watch what happened there. Oh, there we go.
So I think this is the incident. It looks about right. So
What
coming into turn
timestamp
one.
in the race? Oh, turn 1, yeah.
I don't know if it was a glitch or what.
Do you have it showing on the stream, or are you still on the commercial?
I have it on the stream.
We should watch the onboard maybe for that. Maybe it'll be.
Oh, there it is now. You were out of it. Yeah, so yeah, there's 3 into 1. This is the one I watched, yeah. He just turns from the inside out.
Oops. Hold on. What? Ah!
Oh, it's him retiring, but
It was, yeah, next lap. It was this lap.
yeah, no, you play right there.
Looks like contact.
Yeah, it looks like he does get hit.
Did
But it also looks
you-
like a leg spike.
Oh, just because the replay, you need the server replay.
Yeah, I need it from the actual server, right?
Yeah.
But that's what
That
it looks
looks
like,
weird.
so I would,
Get into the Matrix, man.
if I was you, Jean Loriot, I would actually wait for the server replay to come out and see what happens. Yes. Yeah, your own replay would probably work better too.
From my view behind them, it looked like the guy on the inside turned out just before turning in.
Yeah, the McLaren, right?
Yeah, the McLaren, and that was I can't remember who that was.
Yeah. Yeah, it just
Anyways, let's continue with the
takes a
interviews.
lot.
with
Yeah, let's go with
Andrew and
the
Jack.
interviews here. All right, so I know Andrew's already given his little bit of info. Jack, how did your race go?
Good.
This must have been right around where before I pitted. Yeah, this is way before we pitted. I drove quite an easy race. I did. I ended up slotting in behind Andrew after he had a spin, and I was with Brooks at the start. He had a chance to pass him, but just the hards were not the tire for this race. I think the mediums probably weared just a little bit more, but their pace was a lot better. So I think that would have been the better option. But it did allow me to go quite long to start this race. That was great. And then let's see, and up to 10th, 7th. And there's me trying to hold up Pedro as much as I can coming down the straight. Colin was on the horn with me. I had my pit stop requested, but as soon as I saw Pedro, I knew I had to try and make an effort there. But that Bentley just had a crazy pace advantage, especially with my exit out of the last corner. I tried to take the inside into the corner, but didn't want to weave. And he just, threw the dummy on me. My understeer couldn't hold it. And yeah, no, that was I did feel good holding up Pedro for a little bit though. Maybe a second or two. It did. I don't know. Colin was pretty close at the end, so it could have made a difference. And then pit stop was kind of nowhere after my pit stop, and then I did have some fun just dancing around. I passed a couple people in the pits, as you can see. Just yeah, nothing on both sides of me there. So I just drove around. I was in no man's land, and I believe there's a McLaren a little bit up the road, and that was my next opponent. I'm not sure when I passed him. Yeah, there you can see him just at the end there, and that would be Samuel Mold, who I haven't. I've seen him in the races, but he's usually not so quick. He was pretty quick today compared to how he usually is. But I can tell a lot of the guys' main mistake was pitting too early for soft tires, and just the softs went off very quickly at this track. There's a lot of understeer, right? So you can see I'm starting to hunt him down already, and yeah, there it is, now in front of him. Let's go back, see if we can catch that overtake too. This one was a pretty. I only had 2 in the whole race, so I like to take pride in what the few that I did have. But yeah, no, it was really nice once I got on the softs. I did a 1:58.1, which is even faster than my qualifying time because I was so low on fuel. Yeah, this looks weird with these cars going backwards. So yeah, you can see he's sitting on the apex. I got a lot more grip than he does, so I throw it out there, and I just try to get it and then slot it up the inside. Yeah, and coming into this corner, I pushed it. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. And he tried to hold it, but he did give up. I think, yeah, I just had too much grip. Yeah. And respect to Samuel, because that was, his tires were probably just gone at that point, but that was a good little battle. And then, yeah, pretty much the rest of the race, nothing. I was bored the rest of the race, except for right here. This is a good one where I was catching Ilyev. I think his tires were roasted or he had an incident or something. Okay, yeah, because I just caught up to him really quick. He was about 20 seconds up the road, and then all of a sudden he was there. And yeah, this McLaren moves over and allows me and Ilyev to have a little drag race down the straight. The BMW was pulling, but the Corvette's got that braking, right? So I just shoved it up the inside, so to speak, and made it stick. And then the end of the race was nothing. So, but it was a fun race and a really fun season. All these drivers are a blast to drive with. I really enjoyed fighting with all these guys. I really enjoyed establishing relationships with them and get to know all the different guys. And yeah, I hope we'll see them again sometime in one of the next seasons. Huge thank you to Colin, as Andrew and everyone was saying, pretty much doing all the setup work for us. doing track guides, finding all that stuff, just doing an awesome job. We'd have been really far behind without that. Thanks to Andrew for, him and Colin are really the two bagging the points most of the time. I'm just kind of the anchor and back to, make sure if anything happens, we get at least a little bit extra points. But no, that's the team championship right there is those two guys. So huge thanks to them. And yeah, thanks to the admins for running it. Thanks to Red Bull for fueling us at the start of the day. FN40s for sponsoring us. And I believe now your Ring King is our title sponsor for the last couple of races here. So just the sponsor, yes. So Rick makes his own chainmail, which also includes art, and we do have a TracksVR chainmail hanging on the wall. It looks awesome. So yeah, thanks to Rick for getting that, and all the hard work he does streaming. Thanks to Howard for the funds and being the money man and helping provide some colored commentary on the streams. Yeah, thanks to everyone.
Yeah, Valentine, that's what I figured. You looked like you were having some issues, so I figured it was either damage or really badly worn tires and stuff. But thanks for confirming that it was that you were really damaged. At least you didn't DNF today. At least you didn't DNF for DC or anything. So that's always good. Any last words from Andrew? Do you want to give any last words? You can give last words if you want. Don't feel shy. Don't be shy.
Yeah, I just want to see battle with that battle we had with yeah, it was intense. I had to fucking do it twice.
Well, you passed 4 cars in 4 corners, or 2 cars in 4 corners or something, I think. Where was it? It was... No, it was before this, I think. Yeah, here it was.
Yeah, man, that was a intense battle with Michael Brooks there, and Valentin Iliev and Andre Rossi.
Okay, so here comes the first one. Yeah, so here comes the first part, chasing down Jesper Burns. I'm not sure who's in front of him, who is in front of Jesper. I think it was
Matteo Dentala.
Matteo, I think, yeah.
Yeah, because I have to admit, this is like the car was fighting me the whole way, because like yeah, I just did not dial in the setup right at all. It was understeering, it was oversteering, it was slowing the straights with all that because I had the success ballast, right? So I had like 43 kilos, like it's probably like around 80 something, 90 pounds, and like yeah, it totally messed with the way the car handles, like driving a 911, where it felt like all the weight was right on the back. And yeah, so I think out of all the races we've done, this is probably the most adversity I've had to deal with. And but yeah, had to be aggressive, had to make up these positions because I wasn't sure the championship calculation at the end there. At the same time, I spun early in the race, so like I knew I couldn't afford to have another mistake, right? Because there would be major championship implications.
Yeah, so that was the first 2 that you passed. And then you were chasing down Michael Brooks, and was this, I think this was you, Valentine, that you were battling with Michael Brooks near the end of the race. And then Andrew came in and was like, yeah, I'm going to join this party too.
Yeah, well, I knew I had the soft tires on, I was pretty low fuel, and I knew I was only going to have a tire advantage for a few laps, so it's like, it's like game 7 going into the 3rd period, like you gotta go. There's no time to waste and sit around, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, had to be aggressive, had to be smart, because I could not afford to have a DNF. That would probably kill us in the team championship. And yeah, Brooks gave everything he had. Iliev, I believe his car had some damage there, so he was just trying to hold on. He did an awesome job there.
Yeah, for driving with damage, dude, you were doing amazing. Getting through all the BS of having damage. You didn't DNF today. That's awesome. Didn't get disconnected, so that's even better. And then you get damaged. It's like the last few races for you just been unlucky is what I'm going to say. Just completely unlucky.
Yeah, I totally agree, Rick.
I don't know. I think it's this. You get Michael here, I think. Nope.
Yeah, it was like crossover after crossover after crossover.
Every switchback
Oh,
corner,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, every single turn it was like a crossover attempt, and yeah, like a three-way back. Like I think
Yeah, this is where you make the pass on Brooks.
yeah, like when opportunity presents itself, like you got to take it, especially in these cars. So that one didn't work out for me, but yeah, stayed on the case. Got squeezed there a little bit of love tap.
You get some screen
And
time today, Andrew.
yeah,
Oh, he had
finally.
lots today.
Yeah, no, I was fighting for my life out there, it felt like. So yeah, and you'll see, so watch Brooks. I got a better run out of the turn, but watch how Brooks starts to go past me here because of the extra weight penalty that I had that killed my acceleration. So yeah, he pulled like half a car length there on me, but stayed with it, stayed confident, and got one. What was that?
Andrew
And
forgetting how to use his headset.
yeah, it's the random computer noises are scaring me, you know. Yeah, and it was just another case of like gotta take the opportunities as soon as they're presented. At the same time, not exposing yourself to too much risk. So that was one. That was two. I just about died there. And yeah, I think Brooks knew that they were a little bit behind in the championship battle, so he knew that he had to give it everything. It's just like a hockey game. You going down in the third period, into the game 7. Like you're gonna take risks, right? But yeah, like I said, the Corvette was not happy today. It was not hooked into the ground at all. So
Yeah, you
like,
still made it through the race, though. You gained quite a few positions. I mean, the last few laps you gained a lot, and then just held it in front of Brooks for the rest of the race. Like you said in the Discord, he was screaming. His tires were not happy. So
yeah, this track was really high tire wear, probably the highest one we've had. So no, Jack tried to make the hard tire strategy work. End up, I think the soft and mediums were the better strategy. I think we could have probably pitted a little bit earlier, and that would have saved us a little bit of time at the end. But I think the key was for myself was going a little bit longer on the mediums, and then like this part of the race in the latter half, or latter portions of it, having a bit fresher tires, and then pushing that advantage to get by. Yeah, all these cars. Because there's like one. I think there was. Yeah, so if you go ahead here, Rick, I think we're gonna catch up to Andre Rosu, I believe, in the blue McLaren. And at this point, my tires had started to fallen off, so it was more or less equal with Michael Brooks. So it was a lot harder for me to overtake the McLaren here. He was driving great today. I think this is one of his strongest performances, Andre Rosu, so he can be really proud of that. Yeah, and he definitely did not want to give that position to me. Yeah. So again, we have like a three-way battle, but this time I'm the meat and the sandwich now. And yeah, it's so difficult, the racecraft and everything, because on the one hand, you want to get by the car in front, but also if you make any mistakes, the car behind will overtake you. So it's like this is probably one of the more difficult situations to be in. And again, with that weight penalty, it really killed me on the straightaway, because I was having to accelerate another 100 so pounds. So yeah, any overtakes are going to happen in these tighter, twistier sections. Yeah, I think at this point, I think both me and Jack were like, our mouths are completely dry, we're sweating, and everything. You know, I don't know how it was for you, Rick, but. Yeah, got the old heart rate going, eh?
Colin, I hope you don't have to work tonight.
Nope, I got work tomorrow, so. Nope, this was last round, last day off. Good to go. It was
Yeah.
great. Last race of the season.
Yeah, you get him in the last corner.
Yeah, that was a really crucial moment to my race there. Because if I couldn't get by him, Brooks would definitely have me at some point.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And then watch the straight line speed difference between the two cars here. A little bit of a love tap, 3 wide. And yeah, so Rosser even like started to get me with the straight line speed, and then he gave me a little speed boost there. So thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. And then yeah, I got to do it all over again with Michael Brooks here.
Yeah, and you were giving him the love tap back because he gave you one earlier on too while you were chasing Andre, I do believe. So.
Yeah, give and take, you know.
Yeah, I mean it was very clean racing between the two of you. I was very pleased to see that you guys were driving so clean, side by side the entire time you were driving with each other. So.
And like I said, I had to make that move as soon as possible because, you know, the more your tires wear out, the harder it is to overtake. Andre spun it there. That sucks. Yeah, he was having probably one of his strongest races of the year. So that sucks. Yeah, just shows how difficult racing is in this league because like just one mistake and that could be your race right there.
Yeah, let's. Colin, did you have any good any good moments that you wanted to talk about?
No, I had a
You had a
fairly
pretty
boring
easy race, right?
Not easy, but pretty boring. The positions that were given to me from incidents ahead, I think I had one BMW go off on his own.
Yep.
And then the crash that we've seen, it gave me 2 spots. Yeah, went from 6th to 3rd just because of those guys having incidents. The McLaren did overtake me short in the next lap after I got past them into corner 2. He just braked up the inside. I knew he had the tire advantage and we weren't worn out yet, so I just kind of let him have the inside line. Wasn't gonna fight it and lose time to Gomez. That was the bigger picture. Trying to keep up to him, and after that, it was just try to keep the car on track. I did have a few moments in sector 2 on the inside section, the left-hand turn, sharp left in the middle there. The car went oversteered and I had to like full lock correct it and catch it. I did that probably twice. That cost me half a second to a second each time.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was just really watch the tires, but I had to keep pushing because Gomez was not slowing down in the slightest. So I knew he had the pace on me, and I just had to keep going. So yeah, a race that I was very much alone, but I had to push as hard as I could just to make sure that I could have a shot at winning it at the end. The pit stop I did do a little late, trying to overcut. I was 4 seconds behind him when he went in, and then when I came out, he was 11 seconds. So when he first came out, he was doing 3 seconds a lap faster. So yeah, 2 laps extra, that's 6 seconds difference. So I should have came in earlier, and maybe would have been able to catch him a little bit quicker. But his tires were a lot further gone than mine, so I think it was better that I pitted later, anyways. But just too much of a gap to catch. So
I mean, you
congratulations
did make
to
up a
him.
big gap, so you went
Yeah, I
from
did make up a lot at the end
7 to
there.
like 3 or 2 or something. So, like you said,
Yeah.
one more lap and you would have had him. But
One more lap, and I think there would have been a fight at the very end because I don't think he was getting the exit out of the sector 3 going uphill. So I think if we had done one more lap, I would have had the opportunity to take a dive at the top of the hill into the last 2 corners to go side by side to the line. But it would have been very close either way. It was tight racing, like Andrew said. It was one mistake cost you a lot. The competition was close.
Mhm.
Would have been nice to end on a win, but we definitely we pulled the team championship out,
Yep.
and we'll look forward to the next series. I think Andrew and I have the Bathurst 1000 at the end of the month, and then I think we're going on the break for the year,
Yep.
and we'll see what we're doing next year.
For sure. Awesome, man. Well, you guys all drove great today. I'm gonna let you guys go now. Go get some food. Go get some hydration. All that good stuff. You guys did awesome. Congrats on team championship. Congrats to Jack Evans for taking P1 in the drivers championship, and Andrew taking P2, and Colin, you did take P3. So, congrats to everybody. Thanks to the mods and stuff for putting on the series. It was awesome. It was a great racing to watch. So, I really thank you guys for putting it on. Andrew, any last words before you take off? Or Colin, I mean.
Yeah, thanks for doing the broadcast, making it, doing the stream and everything else, commentary. It's a lot more interesting when we actually have somebody doing that, and
Yep.
gives our fans something to watch, and gives us something to watch in the replay, rather than just going back and watching it ourselves and being bored with no commentary on top of it, getting to see how everyone else's races went.
Yeah.
Definitely adds a good, makes us put on a good show, that's for sure.
Yep. Exactly. 100%. Well, I'll let you go, dude. Have fun at work tomorrow.
Yep. We'll see you guys soon.
Sounds
Thank
good,
you
man.
again.
All right, guys. That's gonna be it for the stream. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Not appreciate it. Enjoyed it. We will be going on, like Colin said, we're gonna go on a quick break here for the rest of the season. We don't know what the next series will be, what we'll be racing in next, but we'll keep you guys posted on Facebook, Instagram. If we can, we'll get some YouTube videos out of the next thing. Thanks, Valentine. I'll pass it on to the guys. I know they're probably watching it right now, actually, as we speak. So, but yes, thank you so much to Tomas and Michael Brooks for putting it on. I'm not sure who the other mods are, but thank you so much for putting them on, guys. This series was great. The last couple have been awesome too that we've raced in with you guys. So, really look forward to the next one. Hopefully, it's just as fun. I'm sure it will be. Thanks to Effin for his podcast, Ring King Custom Chainmail, Red Bull, Dario at V Designs, and Ethan Burke at Ethan Burke Productions for all the things that we've had, the liveries, the commercial, all the other good stuff, for the sponsorships and stuff. We will see you guys in our next series, when that may be. It might not be till the new year. Most likely won't be till the new year, but we'll see you guys then. Hope you guys have a great winter, have a great and safe Christmas, Hanukkah, all the other things that you guys might celebrate. And we will see you guys in the next series.